What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm down at Keffer Mazda and we're going to take a look at this 2021 Mazda MX-5 Miata RF Club. Huge shout out to them for providing this sports car for me today. Make sure you check out their website. That link is down in the description below. The model that you see behind me is finished off in machine gray metallic and it has an MSRP just under $40,000. We're going to start off today's review with what powers the Miata. Underneath the hood, you'll find the 2-liter 4-cylinder engine paired with the 6-speed manual transmission. This engine pumps out 181 horsepower, around 7,000 RPM, and 151 pound-feet of torque, around 4,000 RPM. It is rear-wheel drive, weighs in right around 2,400 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in just under 6 seconds, up to its top speed of 143 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity just under 12 gallons, so you can expect to see around 24 miles per gallon in the city and 34 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 90.9 inches. Its overall length is 154.1. It has a width of 68.3, a height of 49 inches, and its ground clearance measures in at 5.3 inches. And so now it's time to take a look at the exterior on this Miata. So I'm going to start off with the headlight housings. You'll notice that this has LED headlights and LED DRLs with a really nice sleek design for the headlight housing itself. And I love all of the angles that come off of this headlight. So I'm going to start off with the one that starts on the front quarter panel. You'll see it runs right through the hood here and then breaks off all the way to the middle section of the top of the bumper. You'll also notice we have another line that sweeps around the lower section and all the way to the middle. So it just gives it an aggressive look for this car, yet at the same time we have a lot of clean areas and clean lines going on. You'll notice there's another line on the hood that kind of fades away to this section here just to tie it in nicely. And you'll also notice the large grille, plenty of cutouts for that engine. We have a gloss black trim piece, really nice shape to the lower section of it. This also has fog lights in a vertical design, so you can see those individual bulbs with some more of that bodywork surrounding it. And then last up, this does have a front spoiler, finished off in gloss black, has some really nice curves to it, just to add to that aggressive look. Making your way to the side profile now for the Miata, you can see just how small this car is, especially with me standing next to it, but it's one of the best handling cars that you can get in this price point. Very lightweight, handles incredibly well, and with that, this model also has the Sport Tune suspension, which will add to those handling characteristics. You'll also notice this model has a really nice set of BBS wheels, finished off in a dark titanium gray, which matches this exterior very nicely. And you'll also notice this model has the Brembo brakes, so you can see those finished off in red, which is a great touch against this color. You'll also notice that we have more gloss black trim in the lower side skirt, tying in nicely with that front lip spoiler. And we have really nice side proportional designs, whether the roof is up or down. So you can see currently with the roof down, it gives it that Targa-like design. We have this gloss black trim piece just behind the headrest, and it matches nicely with these side pieces here. And then in a matter of seconds, you can put the roof back up, which you'll also notice is finished off in that gloss black to tie in nicely with that trim piece just behind and blend in nicely when the rear glass is also up as well. So whether you want the roof up or the roof down, I think it has some great proportions to it. So Mazda did a really good job at designing this vehicle. And then coming back to the rear end of the Miata, I want to touch briefly again on the roof. You can see with it down right now, there's a large opening along with a wind deflector. When the roof is back up, that window is solid, but we also have some very nice lines coming down both of these pieces on each side to give it that sporty look, whether the roof is up or down. So I really like that overall design, just gives it a sporty look. But you'll also notice too that this has a trunk clip spoiler finished off in gloss black. It matches all the other accents along with this piece in the lower section of the bumper. This also has LED taillights. We have a really nice design here, a lot more contoured lines just like you saw up front. And then this does have a backup camera. It's nicely integrated right in the middle of the back bumper. And then down below on the passenger side is the dual exhaust. It's now time to take a look at the interior on this Mazda Miata. So I have the vehicle locked and the key in my pocket. I'm just gonna push on this black button and that will automatically unlock it. Now we can take a look at this door panel where you'll see black leather on the armrest and some silver stitching. Really nice trim piece running on the upper section. There's also the chrome release handle. You'll see the window controls along with the side mirror adjustments and a carbon fiber-like trim piece surrounding all of those controls. This also has the 9-speaker Bose audio sound system, so you'll see one speaker in the door. You'll also see one speaker up in the headrest. So this has the Recaro sport bucket seats. You can see the perforations for the speaker along with the logo for the Bose audio. Really nice piping running down the outsides, along with Alcantara running down the inserts. These are heated seats as well, which is very nice to see. We have the manual adjustment for sliding it forwards and back down on the side, along with lumbar support and your recline and incline. And now once inside with my foot on the brake and the clutch, it's time to start it up. And then coming back to the gauge cluster, you'll see on the right side is the speedometer, the tach is right in the middle, and then over on the left side you can see your fuel along with the engine temperature and some more information right in the middle by using this info button on the left side of the steering wheel. So right now you can see it's on trip A, you can also look at trip B along with when your next service is due. You can pull up the navigation when that is on and running. So it's really nice to have these 3 individual pods within the gauge cluster, gives it a really sporty look. But now as we work our way to this leather wrapped steering wheel, you can see more of that silver stitching just to tie it in nicely. Also over on the left side, you can see volume and tuning for the radio, along with the Bluetooth and voice commands. Over on the right side is all the cruise control adjustments, and you can see the really nice trim pieces surrounding it just to give it a great look. As we work our way to the left side of the steering wheel, you can see the lane departure assist along with traction control. There is 1 air vent. And then working our way to the middle, this is the 7-inch screen. So in order to control this, we have all of those down below where you can see the navigation along with the home and music button. There's a rotary dial that you can also push on. There's a back arrow along with a customizable button over on the right side. And so by pushing on the home button, you will see all of these icons appear from your phone, your music, different apps that you want to go into. So if I click on that rotary dial, you can go into those and be able to view all of that information. You can also scroll all the way over and look at navigation and settings. So by clicking on settings, you can go through your display along with safety, sound, the clock, go through all of that information, which is really nice to see. And then that last button, pushing on that, is for your favorites. So that's a quick shortcut to be able to get to. And then right behind all of those controls as well, you have power and volume for the radio. So it's a really nice system to be able to go through. You'll also notice there's 1 air vent and the hazards just below that. And then right in the middle, we have all the climate controls. Temperature is on the left side, fan speed is right in the center, and then where you'd like the air to go is over on the right side. So they're laid out well and very easy to use. You'll notice the convertible top is over on the left side, so being able to put that up or down. And then the heated seat controls are over on the right side. And then you'll see there's a good amount of storage space along with 2 USB ports and an auxiliary. And then making our way to the 6-speed manual, you'll see the shift boot is wrapped in leather. And with my foot on the clutch, we can push the shifter down, go all the way to the left and up. And that is for reverse. So you'll see the backup camera along with the guidelines, plenty of visibility behind this vehicle. You'll notice a really nice trim piece surrounding the shifter as well. Over on the right side, we have the manual parking brake. There's a little bit of storage space right in the center for smaller items. And then you'll also notice there are 2 cup holders in the middle. You can actually take one of these and put it over on the passenger side. So there's a spot right there that you can lock it into place if you want your passenger to have that drink, or if you want a little bit more storage in between, you can remove those, which is really nice to see. There's also no glove box down in the traditional area. That is located right behind both of the seats, and it is a lockable compartment. You can see there's a lot of space in there, so you can put in some documents and any other items that you'd like to safely secure. And you'll also notice behind this passenger seat, there's another hidden storage compartment. So if you want to place items there, you can as well. And then we'll go ahead and take one last look at these Recaro seats. They have an incredible design to them, look very nice for the sports car. Now it's time to take a look at the trunk storage space, and with the roof down, this still has a usable trunk, so that's really nice to see. I'm just going to use the hidden button on the passenger side to release the trunk, and then by opening this up, you can see there's a good amount of storage. I have my camera bag in here for reference, so you could easily have 2 bags back here and go on a trip if you'd like to. There's a small bin here if you want to put some items so they won't roll away, but it's really nice how you have all of this usable storage for a small 2-seater vehicle like this. All right, so getting the 2021 Mazda Miata out on the road now, just giving it a little bit of gas, getting up to the speed limit. This is such a fun car to drive. While it's not the fastest 0 to 60 car out there or in a straight line, they are so much fun to drive, especially when you take them out on back mountain roads. They handle incredibly well, and this would be a great first car if you've never been behind the wheel of a manual before. This clutch pedal is so light feeling, and I love how engaging this shifter is too. We have a short throw design to it, so it's very notchy. It's smooth going into the shifts, but once you get into that shift, you can feel and know that you're in that gear. So I love the feedback that's in the shifter. It's very easy to rev match these downshifts as well. which makes it a fun car to drive. And coming around this turn here, on the tack, it also shows you what gear you're in. So if you do forget for whatever reason, you're out on the back roads, it shows you right there by your tack, pretty much the only thing you'll be looking at, along with your speedometer, of course. But I wanted to start up today's review with the top down. Now, I might be yelling just a little bit for audio purposes, but it's very calm and collective in this area here. You can see my hair blowing in the wind just a little bit, but with the windows up and the top down, it's a very enjoyable experience. With a day like today, having the top down, it's just very nice to drive, very comfortable too. With the sport tuned suspension that this car has, you can feel some of the bumps here and there, but that's what you want. This is a sporty car. You want to be driving this out on the roads and having that awesome handling. As we come around this right-hand turn now on the brakes, we have those Brembos. This does such a good job at coming around turns and going to a stop. But I think now that we have no one behind us, we can go ahead and do the top operation. So you can do this while you're going under 6 miles an hour, which is really nice. So while I'm at a stoplight here, I can just kind of cruise while I'm waiting for cars. And so now we can give it a little bit of gas with the top up. Not doing anything crazy. It sounds so good. It's so easy to shift. I love rolling through the gears in this car. It is just that much fun. And we have some practicality to this as well. Having that little bit of storage space behind the seats, you can definitely fit a lot. You can pack in items if you need to. I have my backpack back there. You can put in another one. So it's pretty practical to not only have that space, but you have a little bit of space on the inside too, which is nice to see. So this is a usable sports car. You can drive this every single day. I have a friend who owns this car, and it's his daily. It's a lot of fun. He can fit anything that he wants in there, and it's also a fun car for the back roads. We've had it up in the mountains, and they just handle so well. While it's not the fastest car to 60, going around these corners, it goes exactly where you want it to. The handling in this is very precise, even having the sport tuned suspension. I mean, just turning the wheel here, I'm not going to be able to get this car out on any twisties today, but if you want to see an owner's review of the Miata, I'll have that link down in the description below. But let's talk about a few other practicalities of this car. One is visibility. Now, visibility in a small vehicle like this is very easy. We have that pillar right there, but I can see behind this large glass. I can look over my left and right shoulder, so merging and things like that is not really all that hard. And then with the roof down, you still have those pillars, but you can see all around. Obviously, with the roof off, you could look over if you wanted to. So visibility is not all that hard. This is a small car, as I just mentioned, and along with being a small car is the U-turn ability. We just did that in a very short area there. Let's go around one more of these turns here and give it a little bit of gas in third gear. So nothing too crazy. You really need to be in those higher RPMs, which I'm not doing today, to really get the full power band of this car. And like I said, once you get up into that higher RPM range, it is incredible to drive. We have a very nice interior. These seats are incredibly comfortable. Having the Recaros, I love the fact that they're heated too. Really good bolstering support to them. So honestly, this would be a great daily driver. It's super comfortable. You have a lot of room, not a whole lot of buttons going on. So it's basically a driver's car. You just hop in it and go. So it's a lot of fun to drive. But I think that's gonna wrap it up. Getting the 2021 Mazda Miata MX-5 RF Club out on the road. Once again, huge shout out to Keffer Mazda for providing this sports car for me today. Make sure you check out their website. That link is down in the description below. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button if you'd like to stay up to date on our daily uploads. And I'll see you guys in the next video.